time. It's early. It's before 7, and we're leaving LA now, heading to the Grand Canyon. We've got about 500 miles to do. It's going to be a long day, but American roads being what they are, we'll stick the cruise self-drive thingy bob on the car. Hopefully it'll be fairly relaxing. So join us on the way from LA to the Grand Canyon South, where we're staying at the Tovar. Hopefully it will be smooth sailing for the whole day. Find out now. We're back, having had a nice little breakfast at one of the original Route 66 cafes in Ludlow, which was $26, including the tip that they'd already put on for 2 breakfasts, which, when you think we're paying double that in Vegas, then you can see the difference and the reason that they add the money on for tourist tax, if you like. But now we're heading through, I think this is basically the sort of Mojave Desert, might be wrong, don't know, but we are now, our next turning is in 147 miles. It was over 200 miles, but obviously we've got some miles done now, so our next turning is 147 miles, and we are on the Highway 40. A lot of Route 66 seems to run parallel to this, but you can see where, obviously, building of the highway really crucified the local economy for those places, because whenever you see the bit of Route 66, there's rundown shacks and things that obviously used to be cafes and gas stations and stuff like that. But at the moment we're up and down through the mountains, desert either side, so yeah, if you fancy a bit of LA to the Grand Canyon, this is probably the route you're taking if you're in a hurry. Not in a hurry, but if you want to do it in one day, because it is best part of 500 miles to where we're going. If not, then jump on what's left of Route 66 and enjoy it. But as you can see, there's not a lot anywhere near us. We're back another probably, I'd say, couple of hours ahead. We're not quite sure because we've just gone into a different time zone. So we're now in Arizona, where the speed limit on the freeway has now gone up to 75. So obviously we're doing 75. But the scenery still looks pretty much the same, with not a lot anywhere, but we're still roughly just over 3 hours away from our overnight at the El Tovar, Grand Canyon South, and we'll be stopping again en route anyway because we need to get fuel and stuff like that. So you will probably join us at the next gas station and see how we get on. So we're in Arizona. We did stop for fuel, but I didn't bother videoing it or recording it. You might remember earlier I said it was 200 miles until the next right turn or the right deviation. Well, as it happens, that was just like a slight detour because there was road work, so it literally took us about 50 metres off the main road, then rejoined again, and then went up to 170 miles till the next one. So it would have been about 370 miles to the next turn. But we are now, what are we, 84 miles from the hotel. I don't actually know if the hotel is in Arizona or if it's in Nevada. We'll find out when we get there. But as you can see, there is a big lot of nothing on this road. Apart from the usual big lorries. But American roads are so easy to drive on compared to the UK, and even compared to Europe. But obviously Europe roads are normally pretty good. But we have covered, what have we covered? 420 miles maybe, something like that, in 6 hours. Which is, and we stopped for lunch, so that's not bad going. But unless something happens, we'll flip it back on when we get to the Grand Canyon and give you a quick view of the hotel. Just arriving towards the Grand Canyon, and there's a little village, I don't know what it's called, but there's a Mackey's, there's a steakhouse, there's a garage, petrol station, there's a cinema, Grand Canyon Visitor Centre, all that sort of stuff, and tourist information. We might see a sign what it's called.
It's Grand Canyon Village.
Oh, it's called Grand Canyon Village, there we go. Our hotel isn't here, our hotel is another 6.5 miles and is actually on the edge of the Grand Canyon, the El Tovar. But there's camping van, camper van places and all that sort of stuff. So if you're in a camper or you want to stay in a hotel that isn't too close to the Grand Canyon, this looks like a good place. So we're cracking on now to the last few miles. We've got about 10 minutes to go, and then we should be at the hotel. We think we might have to pay to get into the Grand Canyon National Park, which is $35 a car. But we'll find out, because I did hear that all the government workers are on strike at the moment. So whether that means it's a free-for-all, I don't know. But we're heading down towards it now. It says it's a mile ahead, and we'll find out when we get there. Spin it around. Just getting the missus to give you a quick view of the road on the way in. It's been like this pretty much the whole way from the main road. The last sort of 40-50 miles, I guess, have been something like this, tree-lined, single carriageway most of the time. But yeah, we're not far away now. So we'll update you when we get towards the toll booth. Right then, towards the booths. Let's go look for one with a green arrow. And then pay someone some money. $35, valid for 7 days. Which I suppose, if you think about it, if it goes towards the upkeep of the Grand Canyon itself, it's not too bad. You can sort of live with that, can't you? Hello there.
If you can hold on to that. During a government shutdown, we can't collect any fees or sell anything.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be free for you today.
Oh, fantastic.
The visitor center is going to be closed, okay?
Yep.
And then I have a map for you. Everything else is operating normally.
Perfect, thank
Have a
you.
great day.
And yourself, thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Oh, there we go then. Happy days. They can go on strike a bit more often. It's the first time I think we've got any money back on this trip. So I'm not going to complain due to the government clampdown or crackdown or strikes or whatever they're doing. Fantastic. Right, we'll see you at the hotel then. It was the hotel, and there's a train down there, a train station called the Grand Canyon Santa Fe with viewing platforms. Now I think I have seen that somewhere on another video, so that might be worth, if trains are your kind of thing. I mean, it looks like it finishes here because this is the end of the line, but obviously if trains are your sort of thing, then it may well be worth looking into that, because people are off there at the moment. Yeah, there you go. Right, so we are now up towards the hotel. In fact, we are arriving at the hotel. We just need to find somewhere to park now. It does look fairly busy, but there we go. There, if you look, is the El Tovar Hotel. We're going to find somewhere to park, and once we have done, I will do a very quick roundup of the day, just so that if anyone is interested in driving, obviously LA to the Grand Canyon, then it will give you an idea of what you've got and what's involved. So back in a bit. Right, well, we're sort of parked, but we're not parked because there's no parking spaces. There's a visitors centre here and a lot of people come to visit, so obviously parking is a bit shite. So we've dumped it in a cross-hatched area with a sign that says no parking, and I'm going to leg down to the hotel and have a quick chat with them, let them know where we're parked and see what they say. There may be separate parking for hotel guests, we'll find out in a minute. But as for the trip today, we are now 3 o'clock. We left at 7, so that's what's that, 8 hours? Yeah, 8 hours. 8 very easy hours, to be fair. The car does a little self-drive thing, so that takes a bit of the effort out of driving. American freeways are all wide, free and open. It's a bit like driving through France, I suppose, but with even less traffic. We've been doing 70, 80 mile an hour the whole way. Plenty of places to stop. Gas is cheap, food's cheap. We got to do a bit of Route 66. We saw a few nice things on the way. So all in all, yeah, if you want to do it, then do it. The reason we left early this morning though is to A, miss the traffic coming out of LA, and B, to get to the Grand Canyon for sunset, because ideally we want to see sunset and sunrise if we can get our asses out of bed early enough in the morning, which hopefully we will. So let's go see if we can park, check in, and then I'll do a tour of the hotel. Might be the next video, the tour of the hotel, because this might be one of just the road trip from LA to the Grand Canyon, but you'll find out in a minute. All right, cheers. Right, and welcome to the El Tovar Grand Canyon video. You might have seen the last one we were trying to park, and because it's shared parking with a visitor centre, wife got out of the car. Look right behind us, there was a parking space, so we got straight into that. We've walked 20 metres. Let me spin the camera around and I can show you. Well, the hotel is over my shoulder. That's where we're staying tonight. And if I spin the camera around, you'll see why we're staying here. Bear with me. What do you think of that?
Si à 10 heures on n'est pas là, moi ça vous fait le souci.
Là, on a vu, on va aller voir de l'autre côté au fond. Voilà, ici on voit.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? And literally, look, that's the edge of the car park wall, and there is the Grand Canyon. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. So let's go get checked in at the hotel and see what the view's like from there. Right, check-in was very straightforward. This is an old hotel, and it is an old hotel, if you know what I mean. It's I wouldn't say it's run down, but let's just say there's a lot of character, and you pay the price for the rooms, which if you look online aren't cheap. You pay for the location of this hotel, you don't pay for the hotel. If this was anywhere else, this would be a $100 a night hotel, not a $500 a night hotel. But hey, it's the Grand Canyon, isn't it? So let me spin it round and you can see how rustic, basic, you can decide on the word, the rooms are. Let me just flip the camera around. So this is a queen terrace room. Obviously you come in the door, has got a swipe card, has got a chain, has got AC. We've not switched it on yet because it might get a bit noisy. But you have two, my wife's hiding in the corner. You have got two fairly basic chairs, which are patinaed, should we say. Coffee maker, an adjoining door, which obviously is going to be locked. Bedside cabinets again. These they've seen better days. But the bed's a decent size, so it's a queen bed. So it's a normal size for UK people. Pictures, a little hatch, you've got the AC unit there. And then, yeah, our terrace room, apart from the fly screen, I don't know if that's, how does that open? I'll work that out later. But then down there, if that will zoom in, can you see that? That's the railway station that we saw when we came in. I don't think it will zoom in, but you can see there's train carriages. You get the idea. Cabinet at the end of the TV. What's my wife pointing at? TV. Oh, the carpet. Yeah, carpet's seen better days. All right, then we've got a safe, ironing board, somewhere to put your suitcases, and then the bathroom. Oh, the bathroom's not too bad actually. Yeah, that's not bad. It's quite nice actually, if I'm honest. I mean, it's not been done in the last few years, but sink, mirror, hairdryer, body washes, and obviously a window out there. So, right, let's spin this round. So yeah, it's all right. I mean, if you saw the video, I think the Grand Canyon video of the view is before this. I did record it before this, but whether it would be edited before this, I don't know. I don't really edit, I just click in order of how they appear on my camera and then post it like that. So you would have seen the video and you'd have seen why this is, or this room is $500 a night. It is what it is. Hey, you're only here once. So we're gonna get unpacked, go for a wander, do a bit more footage and give you a bit more of a view of the hotel. So catch you in a bit. Quick addition, if you can hear me, we've just put the AC on and it's quite noisy. I'll spin it around, but I do need to show you something else as well. One sec. My wife said, don't forget to show that. That needs a bit of glue, doesn't it? However, if I move a bit closer, that is a noisy AC unit. Now I did notice on the table there are some QR codes. I don't know if they'll work if you pause this video and have a look, but that's for the parks, Inner Canyon information, and NPS pocket map, whatever that is. And then if that works, guest service directory. And then it says welcome to the Grand Canyon. Obviously you can pause that if you want. And then it tells you when you're checking out. So hopefully that is of use. We're going to go for a wander around the hotel now and we'll let you know what it's like. So here we go, here's the corridor, which looks like something out of The Shining. Walk up to reception. The only thing I will say about the old Tovar is there are no lifts. You literally have to walk upstairs. There's a few stairs, but if you've got a big heavy case, that might be an issue. So we're going to take a wander now around the hotel, looking for Jack Nicholson and an axe, and we'll see you soon. And if you can see with the light, this is the main hallway of the hotel with reception, dining room, cocktail lounge and a gift shop. There's some stairs that go up, so I might go up and have a look and see what's upstairs. So we've just wandered upstairs where there's a view and games and what have you. That's from reception. I would recommend if you want dinner, book it well in advance, because we checked in at 3:30, went to the desk, they had literally 2 places left for 2 people for tonight. So if there's nothing in the restaurant, you will have to drive into town. We'll just spin the camera around so you can see the area up here. So this is the area where you can look down into the reception. There you go, if you play a piano, you're in luck. And then again, this looks down onto the foyer where reception is underneath me, gift shop and the front door. So we're going to go outside and have a look around. So here we go, the Grand Canyon. There's the hotel and the terrace, so you literally walk out of the rear of the hotel to the wall and you have the Grand Canyon. This is why you're paying for the room, but it's worth it. It's like a bucket list thing, isn't it, that you got to tick off. So I'm going to try and get some film of the sunset, maybe a bit of time lapse, depending on how much time we've got. If I manage it, you'll probably see it after this. And then you've got Verkamps, which is a little store where there's an artist upstairs and lots more stuff with the floor mat, which you'll probably see either after or before this video, which basically gives you a potted history of the Grand Canyon, and it is literally, again, opposite the canyon. Morning all. Well, it was a very peaceful night in the El Tovar. Very comfy beds, great food, good staff, and the prices of the food were reasonable as well. If you've been to Vegas, you'll know what reasonable is, and they were reasonable here considering the price of the room. So that was all good. I forgot to say there was a fridge in the room as well, so there you go, add that in. It's early, it's 8:10. We haven't had breakfast, we just had some coffee and cookies, biscuits, whatever you want to call them, in the room. And we are now off to the Hoover Dam and then back to Vegas. So I'll spin the camera around, give you one last look at the Grand Canyon in a different light, but I'd recommend the El Tovar. It was alright. I know you're paying for the room because of the location, but you only live once, don't you? So let's spin the camera around. Here we go. The Grand Canyon. It's still impressive. Yeah, not bad. And this time of the day, 8 o'clock in the morning, you'll get a great view from wherever you want. And there's even parking spaces. So yeah, maybe get here early. Right then, onwards and upwards to the Hoover Dam. Quick addition, sorry I haven't plugged the mic in. It's cold today. We didn't see the sunrise, A, because we didn't bother setting our alarms, but we didn't bother setting our alarms because the weather forecast was for 2 degrees at sunrise, and we got t-shirts and, you know, shorts and shit, so we didn't bother. It was so cold last night that my wife bought a Indian knitted cardigan jumper thing from the store. So although it's what are we now, 6th of October, 7th of October, 6th of October, and it's a beautiful sunny day, we just jumped in the car, we turned the heating on, and I've got my heated seat on because sitting on the cold seat was cold. So yeah, if you're coming this time of year, bring a coat. We did wonder yesterday when we saw people walking around in long trousers and puffer jackets and woolly hats. That should have given the game away, really, that they've been here before and they know that it gets cold. It does get cold. You live and learn, but hopefully you'll learn from this crap video. Right then, Hoover Dam. Catch you in a bit.